next thing I want to talk about is like for Filipino American millennials and Gen Z, what are some common struggles that they go through that I think that Filipino American churches should know? Mental health is like a big thing for Gen Z. Like if there were sermons about mental health and like learning how to say no to certain things, dealing with depression, dealing with suicidal thoughts, those are some topics that would be nice to hear about in church. Like in your Filipino American church, I think when I go to Filipino American churches, I always hear like the common Christian topics, but there's not much talk about mental health. And that's like being an emotionally healthy, spiritual Christian is something that is very useful, that I think Filipino churches should incorporate in their churches.
So you're saying that Gen Zs and millennials have a higher risk or have more mental, or like that is a more prevalent problem in these generations?
Yeah, and also like with adults, they don't, sometimes their kids say that they're sad or they're dealing with depression, but then the adults kind of rub it off. Because I don't know like how, I mean, I don't know how the adults are thinking, but in my experience, I've seen adults say, "Oh, you're not sad. You don't need counseling. You're okay." Like they don't see that that's a big issue for the second gen. But a lot of times, second gen, they actually need counselors to process the things that they're going through. And that's something that I was going to talk about later on in the episode. Just having that idea that counseling is an option is helpful.
Wait, so do you see this a lot in your youth group?
Yeah, so like, see what a lot? Like the mental health issues, or? Yeah, I mean, in my church, I think some of the adults are really good. Like they do have counselors. They do actually have their kids go to counselors when they need it. So that's really good on them for the adults who do that. But I've heard some stories where the first generation Filipinos, they don't take it as a serious thing when a youth opens up about their emotional struggles, like they're being sad, they're depressed.